Content warning.
What you're about to watch is the pilot episode of Autism Squeaks. I'm Gray, and I'm here with my buddy Chipped.
Hello, I'm Chipped, or ChippedGoat. I'm in the audience. I like Mike and Melissa.
We have been planning this for a while. It's a series of lectures in which we will be talking about people slash pieces of media slash just general concepts we have been hyper fixating on. For now, this is the pilot episode.
You can consider actually the Bloomacncheez to be the true pilot. This is episode 1.
So what had happened was we hosted a panel at FurryCon Furlandia talking about Pokemon YouTubers, and we had attempted to record the whole thing, but unfortunately the
camera crapped out on us. We only got the first part of Bloomacncheez, the first section of it.
Yeah.
And we skipped out on Black Rave Bow, which was my section, and also the main highlight, the guy we were talking about, Blaze the Movie Fan. Which you're not really missing anything, because nobody in the audience really cared that much, so you're not missing anything. It's repurposing the entire panel, basically.
Yeah, we're repurposing the research we've done. So this is one of the main meat of it. Was what I wanted to talk about was Blaze's Pokemon Adventures. Now, if you're not familiar with Blaze the Movie Fan, he's a movie reviewer for the most part. He mostly does reviews of movies and TV shows. Also a commentary YouTuber. He also makes these like MS Paint skit videos, which those are like the main types of videos I watch personally from him. If you're not familiar, he also has a side channel of videos with over like 700 episodes of this Pokemon hack series, which later became like a skit format video called Pokemon Gangster, and then that became Blaze's Pokemon Adventures, and that later spun off into Blaze's early Pokemon Adventures.
So how many different channels does he have, and where was this content hosted on?
YouTube. There's 3. The main one for his movie reviews and his skit videos and whatnot. There was a second channel where he would do like commentary type videos on his own videos, and the channel will be mainly the content we'll be discussing, which is Blaze's hack videos, which is just to understand them. You need to understand this YouTuber he was inspired by at the time. Tamashi Hiroka. In 2006, he made a one-off video of a Pokemon hack called Pidgeot Madness, which then led him to make a series called Pokemon Crime Stories, which I'm assuming was like a prequel to what Pokemon Gangster became, but for reasons you'll see, we'll never fucking know. Then Pokemon Gangster, he made a series called Pokemon Gangster after that. But what had happened was, I guess he was unhappy with how those videos had come out, so he deleted all the videos on his channel, and even he hadn't backed any of them up or anything, so those are all gone forever. And from what I've heard, from what he said in his videos, they're basically like the same plot beats as Pokemon Gangster, because he later remade Pokemon Gangster, which is the current one you can see on his channel now. But I think it's the same general plot beats and the characters, but he just like made it from scratch. Yeah, so basically what he does when he made these videos is they're almost like multimedia. The basic format, just so you have an idea of what these videos are like, at the start, these videos would be basically a Gen 3 Pokemon hack.
Fire Red usually, or Emerald.
Generally Emerald, and once in a while he'd do Fire Red. You know it's Fire Red whenever like the text is really fucked up and extra slow. The format is very little of a character's moving around. A character would be two characters on one side of the screen just kind of talking back and forth, and you'll be doing a lot of just reading the speech bubble, the text box go by.
It's recommended you watch these videos at times like 1.5 or double speed, that because the talking is just so slow and like nothing's ever happening. It's like no action's ever happening. So generally, if you wanna go out and watch a series, that's what you do.
Yeah, so he basically has the text really fucking slow, because in game you can make it faster, but I don't know why he never made it.
I think it defaults to medium speed, and he didn't like change it.
Yeah. So that's the general format. Character A talking to character B. Then He'll have character. He'll use Grand Theft Auto San Andreas footage generally to just show his characters going from one location to another. Like, oh, hypothetically, we need to go to fucking this place, so it'll show them.
We need to go to Winco.
We need to go to Winco and buy Tyranitar. So it'll show the characters just driving through like roads in the game with text overlaid, and eventually he actually green screened out the text bubble to show like Pokemon text over it. So the characters would be talking while they're driving or riding planes or whatever. Sometimes he would use this footage for like plot stuff, like, oh, I want to show X character beating up another character, but 99% of the time it's just for travel. And he would also show in-game Pokemon battles too. So he would basically show Pokemon, like him fighting a Team Rocket Grunt or whatever.
And it'll be always 6 Mewtwo's, and he just spams like his most powerful Pokemon. The battles are just really boring, right?
Yeah, battles are very boring. I think they're pretty much skippable. There's no stakes to them. But yeah, we can get more into that later. As the series goes on, the style evolves. So basically, he starts out purely as a hack. Eventually, it evolves into just his skit style, like I was saying with the MS Paint, where he'll basically have one character on the side of the screen next to another with like speech bubbles as they talk, and it'll be all voiced, and he does pretty much all the voices. Sometimes he'll have other people do voices, but usually not.
Hey, you stop! Damn, that what are you doing here? You're never gonna get me to confess. Come on, admit it. You did suck my dick. Alright, no problem. I will admit it. I sucked your dick.
That's generally how the videos are like formatted. Once in a while, he'll do some like out of left field shit. Like one time, there's one video where he uses a Punch-Out gameplay.
That was my favorite video.
Yeah, that video comes completely out of left field. The synopsis of the series is it stars Blaze as himself in the Pokemon world. He is a Pokemon gangster, a part of Team Magma, and he is a vigilante who solves crimes. He runs around, generally solving like the problems that the other Team Rocket and Team Aqua cause, because they're like the bigger, eviler people. I guess they're the bigger bad compared to Team Magma, which I guess does like petty crime.
Compare the crimes like Team Rocket, because like I would get like scope here. Like compare like Team Magma crime to Team Rocket crimes.
Team Rocket literally wants to rule the whole Earth and kill everybody. Team Magma just kind of wants to fuck shit up and just like break stuff and like steal stuff. They don't necessarily do anything super evil. Him and his buddy Kevin are like the outliers of all of Team Magma. They're the only ones who are like vigilante justice guys in this gang. He later leaves Team Magma, which then it transitions into Blaze's Pokemon Adventures, which is a lot of it's like him in the wilderness. And something I'll say about this series, this is when it gets weirdly horny. A lot of it is about like Pokemon are thirsting after him, and I'm not sure. I think there was some kind of psychological shift with Blaze around this time. Is like a lot of the talk about Pokemon wanting to suck his dick. A lot of him talking about wanting to fuck his Pokemon like Floatzel. That's like the gist of that's like a gist of like the whole synopsis of the series. There's also Blaze's early Pokemon Adventures, which I'm not a fan of. It's like about lore, I guess.
Well, lore for Blaze the movie fan.
And to me, it's kind of stupid and pointless because he makes stuff up as he goes along. So trying to make up like set concrete lore is kind of pointless. Like I don't really see the point. It's not particularly funny, and it's just kind of boring in my opinion. So that series I'm not really going to be talking about. I'm just talking about Blaze's Pokemon Adventures and Pokemon Gangster pretty much. The major players in these series is Blaze, of course. He is the main character. He is he's the vigilante. He's very like, he portrays himself kind of very simple, but not like too dumb. Sometimes he's pretty dumb, but generally he's just kind of like a straight man to a lot of this craziness happening around him. He's very crude. He's very like, he has like a short temper, but he's not like a dick. Like, generally, he'll have a short temper when people around him are being unreasonable or just being, like, dumb.
Really? When I watched, I got kind of the impression that, like, he was kind of a bit of an asshole.
Well, it depends on the episode. Some episodes he's more aggressive than other ones. Okay, and then there's his best friend, his traveling partner Kevin, who's the other Team Magma grunt. He goes around traveling with him. His main character traits are he's an atheist and he's a multi-billionaire. He's like a trillionaire. He's not even just a billionaire.
He's like half Bartleby.
He's kind of like Bartleby.
Is Bartleby an atheist? I don't think he's an atheist.
No, he's a Bartleby. He has the Bartleby amounts of wealth. The lore behind the wealth part is hidden in a video you needed to like watch to know. It's like this side video because in the series itself it never explains it. So maybe in Pokemon Crime Stories or in the original series it explained it, but he just never bothered to re-explain it. He just inexplicably has trillions of dollars. But the reason is he got a wish from Jafar as a genie, so he got that's how he wished to get a shit ton of money. So that's how he got his money. And another thing is he's an atheist, like I said earlier, which comes up a lot. In a way, he's kind of like the Scully of the series, if you know X-Files. He sees all this insane supernatural shit going on around him, but he's adamant that, I don't believe in supernatural shit. I don't believe in God. He always specifically uses the word as atheist. Even when he's referring to other things that are supernatural entities, like the Easter Bunny or Santa, he'd be like, I'm an atheist. I don't believe in the Easter Bunny. And what's funny is, despite him being an atheist, God later comes into the series and is like a reoccurring character, and they're just friends, but he continues to be an atheist despite the fact that he hangs out with God himself.
They're cool, right? Kevin and God are cool, right? They're friends.
Yeah. The main reoccurring Pokemon throughout the series is Raichu on Blaze's team, because his team will rotate regularly as the new games were coming out, but Raichu is one of the mainstays. So Raichu is like this overpowered guardian angel to Blaze. Basically, as the series goes on, he's just he goes from just being like kind of a pretty powerful Raichu who can beat like any legendary Pokemon in battle. Basically, goes from just spamming Thunder as a regular like Pokemon in battle to out of the battles, he will instant transmission when he's in trouble and block bullets and protect him from any form of harm as like a guardian angel. And that's the word he uses, is guardian angel. Raichu will know even when he doesn't know he's in danger. So he doesn't even have to call out to Raichu. He later on realizes, wow, Raichu must just take out any kind of sense of danger in the series. And literally Raichu just goes, I'm too OP, I'm leaving. And then he just ghosts Blaze and is just out of the series.
So I want to interject here for a little bit. Can you give like the time frame, like when these projects were being released, like what their dates were around? I don't think we've gotten into that yet.
The time frame: Pokemon Gangster, the reboot, started in 2008. Then it was like around 2012 he started Blaze's Pokemon Adventures, and that's been going to this day. So that series has way more episodes than Pokemon Gangster. And they don't start getting voiced until way later on in Blaze's Pokemon Adventures. Next is Maxie. He's the leader of Team Magma, so he's like the guy in charge of Blaze. At first, he fucking hates Blaze because he's a vigilante, and he thinks Team Magma should just be doing evil shit, basically. But eventually, he turns around and decides, you know what, Blaze?
I agree that vigilantism is good. We should be good. We should be a team for good.
Yeah, he just literally decides we should be a team for good, and he tries pitching this to Team Magma in like a press conference, like kind of not a conference, in like an announcement, and everybody in Team Magma is fucking pissed, and they hate it. And eventually he just leaves Team Magma because he's like, I guess my morals just don't align with Team Magma, and he gets taken over by other people as team leader. But he continues throughout the series, even when he's not a Team Magma leader anymore, as a mentor figure to Blaze, because Blaze will be like not sure what to do in some situations, and he'll go to Maxie and he'll ask him for advice. And eventually he McFreakin dies.
Rest in peace.
Next would be Alicia. She is one of the reoccurring villains. There's really not much to say about her. She's a Team Aqua member. It's like her and her husband just kind of basically the Team Rocket, like in the anime.
Jesse
James of the series. They're just annoying, and they just show up and they just like get beaten easily, and then go like, not much to say about them. They're a nuisance. They're not really a serious threat. They just kind of appear throughout the series. Then there's Detective Earl and Scherfman, which are like the two cops of Emerald City, the city this series is take place in. Earl fucking hates Blaze, even though he's like constantly like saving people's lives and doing good, just because he's a part of Team Magma, and he doesn't trust him for that reason. But then Scherfman is like the sort of the good cop to his bad cop, and is always constantly like, come on, give Blaze a chance, and there's constantly bickering.
I thought they were like kind of bigger characters. You kind of hyped them up. Is there not even other funny details about them?
So Scherfman and them will appear a lot, but they sort of just fulfill that purpose. I can't think of anything off the top of my head. They're sort of a pretty one-note characters is all I'll say about them. Another reoccurring character is Martin. He's a wizard that lives in Emerald City with Blaze. He's basically like the MacGuffin character. Anytime Blaze is in some weird supernatural situation, he'll just like go to his house and be like, hey Martin, can you please help me with this? And he'll just pull some like crazy like potion out of the thin air and be like, here's, your problem is solved. And eventually he's the same thing happened with Raichu, where he just disappears from the story because Blaze one day goes to his house and he's just gone and all of his belongings are gone. He just disappears without a trace. And it's pretty clear it's just because he was so like insanely OP. He ruined all sense of like he ruined all sense of stakes and is like too like, yeah, even Blaze isn't generally a person who's like focusing that much on plot, but yeah, I will admit Martin was pretty kind of bullshit when it comes to like, you're like really OP.
Does Blaze know that like his series is ridiculous? Does he like?
Yes, it's a comedy series.
Okay.
It's a series I will say his series is very funny. I don't know if Blaze is aware of the reasons why it's funny necessarily, which is kind of a problem later on. Focuses on like completely different style of storytelling from the beginning, because it goes from being completely like kind of ridiculous to being more like
serious,
dull and serious. Like I don't think he fully understands what about it is funny.
But it is funny, right?
It is funny. He's trying to be funny, but it's kind of like a lightning in a bottle type thing. Like the stars align, he's just making something without thinking too much about it. And he's like, I'm just gonna make this. I think it's cool and funny, and it's just really just works out. Jafar is a reoccurring villain. There's really not much to say. I just kind of thought it was funny that he's a reoccurring. He's like, he loves to put in cameos of characters from other pieces of media.
What are some other examples besides Jafar? Give some other examples of other characters that appear.
Irate Gamer is a recurring character. Sure. A lot of characters. Basically anything he likes or has some kind of like, any kind of like new piece of media that he's interested in, he'll like often just like insert them into the story. Yeah, Jafar's a recurring character. He's like actually a threat, unlike some of the other people.
How is he a threat?
He does like magic shit. He's like trying to constantly like...
Couldn't Raichu just kill him?
Well, I think he's introduced after Raichu. He's more of a ranger villain after Raichu is gone. So
why did Jafar give money to Kevin if he's like if he's a villain or whatever?
I don't know.
You're the expert.
He doesn't properly explain. I think he just mystically stopped being a genie. Just because he's a human, and so him and sometimes Iago is there, but not really that often. It's just him as a human going around. He'll just appear out of nowhere to be like to fuck shit up. Okay, so then there's Professor Birch, who kind of replaces Maxie in the role of the mentor to Blaze. Yeah, he just replaces Maxie as the mentor figure, and he's basically friends with Blaze.
What happens to Maxie?
I mean, he's dead, but he dies. He will still like be seeing him as a ghost, but eventually he just kind of stops going to him as a ghost. Then he starts seeing Birch instead. Also, there's God, as I briefly mentioned, who's just kind of like a chill guy. He's not necessarily like that.
I imagine God is pretty chill.
Yeah, he portrays God in a very mild-mannered way. He's just kind of a regular guy. Like, he kind of like... And he doesn't... Oddly enough, he isn't even that OP. Like, the most he does is he has a time machine. That's the weirdest thing he does. He doesn't like... He's not like some, like... I guess you could say, like, Q from Star Trek, where he can just, like, will the world to his being. Like, oh, I'll just disappear you from existence. Like, he doesn't do shit like that. He just kind of like is watching and keeping up with Blaze's shenanigans.
So in the power scaling, how high is God? The power
He's
scaling.
like a B tier. He's like C tier. He's not even that high. He's below Raichu.
What? That's blasphemous.
It's fucked up. While you're watching these, you'll notice some frequent tropes and Blazeisms. Despite being a series about Pokemon, it is incredibly violent and sexual. Weirdly mundane too. Characters will just be like have problems like with TSA.
This is Sonic Underground as humor.
Yeah, the characters will just be like have really mundane problems like they'll be arguing about like a movie one they disagree on or something. Like they'll devolve into very like mundane arguments and that kind of shit. But on the flip side, there's just magic shit at the same time. Characters just have potions, they get curses cast upon them, there's demons, there's ogres. There's all kinds of crazy shit in this world.
This is Pokemon Gangster, right? Is Pokemon Gangster
Both are like this. Some just key things he's obsessed with. Burger King. He's obsessed with Burger King. He's constantly talking about it. He lives in Iceland where there isn't Burger King. So I don't know why he's so into Burger King. I think because he visits America from time to time. I think he ate there once and he's just like has a hyper fixation on it. He also is obsessed with Coca-Cola, which I guess makes more sense because they actually have Coca-Cola in Iceland.
What do they have in Iceland?
Not Burger King.
Not Burger King.
One mundane scene I wanted to highlight, he always likes to put in his videos, this is in his skits too, is a scene in which he's in an airport trying to get through TSA. A guy in front of him in line is trying to get a gun through TSA and they're like, sorry sir, you can't bring this through. They'll be arguing back and forth. There's no point to it. He'll just go like, it's gonna take forever. There's no point. He just keeps including it every time.
I guess like maybe one time he had like he went on.
No, it didn't happen IRL. I asked him. He didn't. It never happened to him. He just insists on putting this every time he goes onto a plane, and it's almost like a running gag. So I don't understand like what the logic of it is, but something about it is just very funny. He likes to use a lot of like crude dialogue. So when you're watching through these, you'll be seeing a lot of curse words, which is very funny seeing it in like the Pokemon font, like
shit,
cunt, fuck, shit. He doesn't go too crazy with the slurs, but once in a while some uncomfortable things happen.
That's not very politically correct.
I'm not going to say out loud, but he kind of like learned his lesson later and kind of has sort of became a bit more politically correct. But early on, he says some racy stuff, like his characters say some racy stuff in text form. Another important Blazeism, toilet humor. He fucking loves toilet humor. Characters will be constantly pissing and shitting and talking about literal toilets. He has a weird attitude towards it because for a while he was refusing to put anything relating to it in his videos. He would get mad if you asked him like, why are there no like poop jokes in your videos? And he would get mad about it. And I'm not really sure what that was about. Maybe he was just tired of the humor and eventually he went back to being, you know what, actually I think it's funny. Because now he does occasionally put pee and poop jokes in some of his newer Blaze's Pokemon adventures. I mean, I haven't been keeping up with them, but I've seen a couple where he does show that.
Does he like, never mind.
He's gonna ask if it's sexual.
Yes, but I don't want to like...
He puts it in enough where I think a normie might assume, oh, is this a fetish? I think it's a completely innocent humor-based thing. I don't think there's anything sexual about it, because there's nothing like... I think I can have a good eye for when something is fetishy. There's nothing really fetishy about it. In fact, he censors it a lot of the time. He doesn't even really show the poop. It's like a black bar instead of actual poop. So if this were actually like a scat fetish thing, he's doing a really bad job of showing scat fetish. Like, I think I don't think he physically could get off to it. I'm going to list off some out-of-context Blaze moments from Blaze's Pokemon Adventures and Pokemon Gangster. Kevin kills the Easter Bunny because he's an atheist. Blaze's brother violently hates all adults and tries to kill anyone over the age of 18. Blaze's dad buys a Tyranitar from Walmart. Maxie loves Epic Movie and Paul Blart Mall Cop and other terrible movies.
Those aren't terrible movies. I'm gonna fight Blaze on that. Those aren't bad movies. Well, terrible. They're bad movies, not terrible.
Blaze is attacked by a former classmate who he used to bully in college and then murders him, sending his classmate to hell. Blaze and his friends go to New York City by spaceship. By the way, fictional worlds in this universe exist as planets you can go to via spaceship. So if you want to
go to the Sonic Underground planet,
hypothetically, you could go to Sonic Underground planet. Regularly, people would just be like, as regularly as you can go by Amtrak. You can just go into a spaceship, a regular ass guy go into a spaceship and just go to a whole fictional world. So him and his friends go to New York City by spaceship, and nobody believes that they're from another planet, and they just assume they're illegal immigrants / insane. Giovanni dies, then comes back as a zombie. Blaze and his friends go back in time and actually end up in Nazi Germany and are stuck there.
It's the best arc, by the way. It's the most funny.
It's the best arc, but it's not on YouTube. You need to watch it on archive.org. It's on Pokemon Gangster episode starting with 187.
How much Nazi imagery is there in Pokemon in these videos?
Not really too much. It's just that arc in particular. There's a scene in which Blaze has a demon and an angel on each of his shoulders when he's trying to decide if he wants to return to being a good guy or be a criminal once again. And Kevin shoots the demon. Archie dies of cancer. Alicia gets murdered by Kevin with a shotgun, and everyone is fine with it. Blaze magically makes Emerald City free of crime, but it becomes too peaceful, so the demons get pissed that they can't influence people to make them do bad shit. An ogre attempts to kill Blaze with a club. Blaze battles Ash, and when he sends out Tepig, he shoots his Tepig with a gun, winning instantly.
Doesn't Blaze Movie Fan also hate Ash Ketchum, I believe?
Yeah, he has at the beginning of his series, he has like at the beginning of his series, he has a weird hate boner for Ash, but I think later on he mellows out about Ash. But no, he keeps putting Ash on screen to basically be like, look at how fucking this guy sucks. I'm good at Pokemon. Ash is stupid because he doesn't evolve his Pokemon. He has this weird attitude that for some reason, just like not evolving your Pokemon makes him like some kind of like a horrible trainer.
I don't know. I think not evolving Pokemon's pretty cool. I like a lot of the cuter Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like Pikachu.
And then there's a quote. Shooting a Pokemon during a Pokemon battle is perfectly legal and doesn't count as cheating. There's a planet called Zendrix 10 trillion light years away with aliens that want human souls to be used as slaves. Blaze...
Like the previous one, can we get some elaboration on that? I know it's out of context, but like, you might elaborate a little bit on that one, because that was the weirdest one.
This one has as much context as I'm giving it. He randomly, just for 1 or 2 videos, shows this planet. There's no build up to it. It's just this planet exists. And they want to send people to it as slaves. And then in the end, he damns Archie Jr. to an eternity on the slave planet. Blaze goes to New York where he is sent to a mental institution and meets Bugs Bunny. This is starting with Blaze's Pokemon adventures where things get really freaky, as I said before. Blaze hugs a Floatzel and slowly transforms into a Floatzel himself, starting with the dick. Blaze's Raichu enjoys consuming feces. Blaze pisses off a witch and is cursed with a massive penis, which temporarily ruins his life.
That's a curse?
So think of like what Mike Matei says, where like, but even bigger.
No.
He's like, he can't drive his car because the police pull him over. Like, this is indecent exposure. Your penis can't be out because no pants can fit how big his dick is. Blaze dies and goes to hell, and there's just a regular Burger King in hell. And it turns out hell is pretty fun, and everybody likes it there. Despite being a complete piece of shit, Alicia always goes to heaven when she dies, and Blaze always goes to hell when he dies. I don't think this has any deep implications. I think Blaze is just thinks hell is cool. I don't think he thinks much about it.
I think hell's pretty cool. It's like, I've always wondered, is he like a Christian, or like, what is
he? He's on and off been a Christian and not a Christian. I'm not up to date. I don't know. Blaze is sent to the past and is crucified. A Delphox beheads a child. Blaze gets ghosted by Raichu. A homeless man gets pissed at Chespin and tries to shoot it. Delphox is gay specifically for Blaze only.
I always think of Delphox like a girl Pokemon, so it's kind of weird. It's like a thing, you know. But
yeah.
I guess it works out.
Well, he's only into boy Pokemon, so that's why.
So is he gay?
Yes.
Okay.
He's gay and a furry. A primate tries to punch Adam West from Family Guy in the balls. Blaze shoots and kills his old Raichu and has his Delphox cook the body for a bunch of people to feast upon. Team Rocket was working with the Nazis in the 1930s. Professor Oak comes out as gay and has to deal with homophobia. Blaze is given a magic flute which can teleport him home, but he shoots it instantly because he can just use his Delphox to teleport him anywhere.
So I assume that's not, do you think it's like a meta commentary on the show, or is it just like something funny?
Yeah, I think that might be some kind of a meta thing, but I don't know if Blaze puts meta jokes intentionally or not. I don't know. He's never mentioned anything.
Well, if you're watching this, Blaze, first off, I like your video. You're pretty cool. And second off, is that a meta joke or not?
I don't know.
We'll see.
I'll briefly go over a list of some of the more funny character cameos, because there is a lot. I at one point listed everyone, and the list was too fucking long, so I shortened it. Fred, AVGN, Joe Swanson, Angry Joe, The Amazing Atheist, multiple times, Annoying Orange, Obama, Batman, Palpatine, Bugs Bunny, The Cast of Charmed, Shane Dawson, Dick Cheney, George Bush, Peter Griffin, Giant Chicken, Shrek, Bane. Bane appears a lot throughout his videos. Morgan Freeman, Irate Gamer, Spock, Steven Universe, Garnet, Monkey D. Luffy, Abe Lincoln, Donald Trump, Goku, Santa Christ from Nostalgia Critic.
That was the first one, right? Kickassia?
Well, it's from a different review, but he appears in Kickassia.
Okay.
That was my little lecture on Blaze. I kind of wanted to save this for the end. I was
very serious talk now. It was a serious time.
I was unsure if I wanted to bring this up in the videos or not, but since it's kind of relevant, if you do want to research these videos and like look up the supplemental stuff that he made about Blaze's Pokemon Adventures, like a week ago, he had some mental health episode and he deleted his whole main channel with thousands of videos on it. I don't feel like I'm at liberty to even explain what's going on.
I don't understand it either. I don't get it.
I don't feel like I'm at liberty to talk about it. I don't know him that well. All you need to know, all of his main videos are like gone. I did archive a huge chunk of his videos, but not even like 10%. So 90%.
We got a lot of lost media.
90% of his videos are gone forever. He didn't just like private his videos or anything. They're straight deleted. And
Which is really sad. There's a lot of classic stuff I didn't watch, but
pretty much 90%, mainly just the movie reviews and the TV show reviews. Those are gone forever. He had some, so there might be some like videos of like, he had some videos like explaining the backstory of Blaze's Pokemon Adventures and stuff that might just not, might not even be able to watch them anymore. But I archived what I could. I'll link my archive.org post, which has the videos that I saved, thankfully. Yeah, the main channel is gone. Thankfully, he didn't delete his two side channels, so Blaze's Pokemon Adventure channel and the Blaze's third channel is gone.
He still can, I guess, because he might take it down.
I don't think he's going to take it down. He has chilled out a bit, like he said he's regretted deleting it. I did ask permission to do this lecture. So I felt like it was kind of poor taste to do this lecture, but I was thinking, well, I'm not saying anything hypercritical or mean towards him, so I feel like it's fair game if I wanted to put this out there, and I just kind of want to bring some like positive attention to him, because these videos get like no fucking views. These Blaze's Pokemon Adventures videos.
It's kind of a shame because they're kind of funny. They're really funny.
They're very interesting. I do recommend them. If you're into Pokemon and you're into absurd humor. And I do recommend probably go to the archive.org post. I have watched some of the skits. If you find the skits funny, you'll find Blaze's Pokemon Adventures funny. Those are a good place to start.
Okay, if you watch them out of order, is it like a...
The skits don't really have much continuity. Something I'll say about the skits, they tie into the lore of Blaze's Pokemon Adventures, Pokemon Gangster, but it's not like important. Like, it's kind of nods. Like, he'll offhand mention, oh, now I'm going to the spaceship. Like, he'll offhand mention something, but if you don't know about the lore from Blaze's Pokemon Adventures, it doesn't really affect you enjoying the skits too much. So I think at the very least, watch the skits. I feel like there are not that many of them.
Not many of them left, you'd say, because...
Well, I saved all the skits I knew of, unless there's ones I didn't download. But I highly recommend the skits. I recommend Blaze's Pokemon Adventures too. Any final thoughts?
I think Blaze is pretty cool. It's really sad a lot of the videos are gone because I like them, but...
Yeah.
We're here now.
Yeah, I just wanted to bring some attention to them. Hopefully we'll be doing more of these Autism Squeaks. Keep an eye out. We're probably going to be doing more Autism Squeaks. I already have like some...
I have a bunch of ideas. I'm currently working on one for Dave. Told her about Pocketail Island.
Yeah, I've been passively researching a few lectures. If that sounds interesting to you, stick around.
If you don't want to subscribe, that's fine. We don't really care.
Yeah.
We're going to keep doing these even if nobody watches.
Yeah. Bye. you're about to watch / listen to is the pilot episode